This is the Wii Viewer!
And the Little Wii Viewer.
And the littlest viewer.
And we're gonna review
Splatoon 2.
For the Switch.
So, this is a new Splatoon game, but it's not really. It's more like a remake with some add-ons, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't even say remake. I would say it's a straight port.
What do you think of Splatoon 2? Or as I call it, Splatoon!
It felt like the first game.
It controlled like the first game.
It played like the first game. It was the first game?
If you played the first game, you're really going to be very familiar with this game. The basic game is you want to cover the field with your color of ink or paint,
It's canonically ink.
but it looks like paint.
It has glitter in the single player, so...
Woo! Looks like we're going dancing!
Yeah.
Paint everywhere!
I
Woo!
don't know why it does.
It's
It does.
glitter ink, which is why it's so hard to walk through it if it's the enemy color, because it's all glitter glue, and it's like, ew, I don't want to step on this. But like, when it's on your team, it's the same color as your shoes, so you don't really mind.
You play as an inkling who can turn into a squid anytime it wants.
For a kid.
You decide to use that power to deface public property.
You participate in the most popular sport, which is defacing public property.
The ink disappears after a couple of minutes.
So that makes it okay.
Yes!
What do you want to start with, single player or multiplayer?
Single player, because that's the only thing that's really new.
What was the story behind single player?
It was like the first game, but also Callie's missing.
Callie's the least popular of those two people.
By 2%. I would not start any wars.
Because now
Even though it's true.
now there's two new people for some reason. I thought the single player game this time around was better. They had more variety.
Literally, there's like 9 weapons now, so...
No, I meant the actual level design.
Yeah, but the weapons definitely help that. The levels were a lot longer, though, which can be an up or a down. For me, it was either a drag or it ended too soon. It just depended on the level gimmick and the weapon I was using.
Let's be realistic here. The single player really is only a super long tutorial. But you can go through the single player game multiple times with different weapons.
I currently have 122% in the single player.
That's some good math.
Wait, can you get like 900% in this game?
Probably.
Have fun.
So we should talk about the multiplayer, since that's the main crux of everything.
Which one?
We'll start with the most basic, the turf war. So that one was just a holdover from the last game, and it's really no different other than new stages.
And new weapons, like the
yeah.
whole 5 of them.
Yeah, what'd you think of the new weapons?
They were cool, I guess.
Tri-Slosher is apparently broken. It's 2-shot kill with decent range.
So they'll probably get rid of that in the future.
Well, nerf it.
Yeah. In Turf War, you want to ink or paint your color on more of the arena than the other team. And you have 3 minutes to do this. And you can jump from different parts of the map depending on where the other people in your team are if you die.
This is a feature in all regular multiplayer modes.
Right, but in the last Wii U game, you could do it from the touchpad. Did you find any disadvantage of just using the controller?
No. I actually somehow find myself looking at the map more frequently, which is weird, because I could look at it through the press of a button.
I liked how when you're dead, you can pull up the map and you actually get a good surrounding of it instead of having to look down at your gamepad, then look back up and you're like, oh wait, I'm alive, I gotta panic pick someone, and then yeah. But not having the ability to just touch the person is a bit weird, but having to do the D-pad is a good compromise.
And there's some new special attacks.
Every special attack is new.
With the exception of Bomb Launcher, which is just a slightly modified bomb rush.
And looks super cool while doing it.
Why don't you guys talk about it?
You launch bombs.
No, the special attacks.
Most of them are just either carbon copies with the bombs, as we said before, or some replacements to ones that already existed. They charge up over the course of a battle, and then you're able to use them and pull off your ultimate move.
For examples, there's the Splashdown, which inks a small area around you, as well as dealing damage to anyone around you. There's Stingray, which shoots a continuous piercing laser, though it moves very slowly. There's the Stormmaker, I think it was, which summons a storm cloud that moves forward and does constant damage to anyone underneath it.
Which one was your favorite?
Probably Splashdown.
What was my favorite? Oh, it was Splashdown, especially because any unsuspecting inkling just comes around the corner and I'm just like, surprise, what are you gonna do now? And then they die. And it's funny because all of them explode and it's amazing.
To help you out in battle, you could equip Gear, which has ability slots, which boost your stats in battle.
We're not gonna go over them because there's like thousands of them. The point that they exist.
There's also a new Salmon run,
One of those zombie survival games, but with salmons.
but they've locked it behind certain time periods. But the time periods are quite generous.
As in a day.
At a certain point, you think they're just going to make it every day?
No, because I think that's not how the game works. It's supposed to lead itself to being like an actual big business on the side that has nothing to do with Splatoon. Even if you go to the Nintendo app, the Splatoon net thing that they like never mention in-game or whatever.
Sure they do.
Yeah, they do, but not really.
The only one who mentions it is merch.
Like, in the app on the phone, it even shows, like, an advertisement, a little cute little flavor, because it's not supposed to be, like, super in the game. It's supposed to be, like, an ad, like a business.
Speaking of the app, before we get off it, what'd you guys think of the app?
Cool-looking website. That's all it is.
I have used it to look at the modes for ranked battles to know when Rainmaker and Tower Control are on.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah, it used to be on the old website, but they moved it to the app.
So
Yeah,
we have no idea
that.
how voice chat works on this because we don't have that little dongle.
From what most people say, it's pretty garbage.
No, Nintendo not understanding voice chat. Let me look back to my Animal Crossing Wii Speak microphone.
I have actually done something of the sort that Nintendo's trying to push onto the player with the whole, like, set your phone up next to your TV and make it super weird, but then it's like, it's disgusting, like, using your phone for voice chat. Especially since the app, you can't even close it. Why would you bother?
Salmon Run.
You collect eggs, and then you bring them into your basket, and then you kill some bosses to get those eggs. And other than that, you're just killing some fish.
There's 3 other modes in ranked mode, which doesn't get unlocked until level 10, which is really irritating.
And none of them are turf wars, which is beyond me. You would think the main game mode of this game would be a ranked queue. But no, we're just gonna fit that into the queue that doesn't matter.
They don't want you to be playing ranked mode primarily.
Why not? A lot of people care about ranked mode and having a rank. That is a serious thing for people. And you're just gonna cut it off like that? That's crazy.
Talking about the ranked mode, Splat Zones remains unchanged from the first game. You have to keep control of a zone for 100 seconds, and there's some strange penalty system that I don't get at all.
Well, it's the longer you hold a zone, the longer your penalty is for when you lose it.
There's tower control, where you basically push a tower into the enemy's base.
You control the tower by the button on the top of the tower, and it moves.
You just stand on it. If your team is the only one standing on it, it will move into the enemy's base. There's now checkpoints where the tower stops for a brief amount of time. There's normally 3 in a level, however some have 2 with one checkpoint taking twice as long. And the Rainmaker remains mostly unchanged, except for the fact that the Rainmaker itself has changed. The Rainmaker is more of a blaster than the Inkzuka it was in the first game.
Little Viewer, would you buy, rent, sale, or skip?
If you didn't own the first one, I would buy it. But if you own the first one, I would just rent it. Or not just rent it, but sale it.
Little Viewer, would you buy, rent, sale, or skip?
I'm just gonna simply say bye.
I'm going to say sale if you own the Wii U version, and buy if you don't. There isn't enough here to really justify a Wii U owner to buy it again. So let's just say between you and me, Little Viewer, since we said sale, how much would you go for this?
God, for buying an expansion pack?
I say 30.
But you're also getting a single player, which is easily worth like $20. That's like the bulk of the game that you're going to be getting from this. 40? Yeah, that seems fair.